So this is an over-the-shoulder walkthrough of my typical weekly planning session. If you've been following along, you know I typically do those on Sunday mornings before the kids are awake, uh, with husband snoring in bed next to me and I have, Dave, the goat of cats, and a cup of coffee. So I'm going to try to do this for you on my laptop. And I've just created um, a sample of what my schedule looks like, without all the identifying information of everybody. So I normally, it's a lot busier than this. Typically, I'll have sessions in the office at uh, 10, 11, and 1. Wednesdays, usually the same day. Or same way. So these are unusual. So that's the beauty of the balance formula and using it on this week to week basis, because it works no matter what you have going on. And so it takes a lot of the guesswork out of these kind of spontaneous things that come up, for us as moms. So when I start my weekly planning session, one of the um, first things that I do is I just get a mental picture. So it's kind of me sitting in bed, staring at my phone, looking at this calendar, and just trying to visualize it. And everything's, color coded. This should actually be red. Okay, maybe I can't edit that. Whatever. There we go. Red, because it is my youngest and his stuff is red. My oldest is blue, and together they make purple. So like the dentist and doctor, if they're at the same time, are purple. So I'm just going to look, because this week is different than most weeks. I don't know what that was. I am going to see, okay, where can the purpose of the balance formula is where can we plug and play stuff? Where do the must do's go, the have to's, and the want to's? So I have even broken my days down into kind of some of the themes of those. So Monday, you'll see over here, this is my Microsoft To-Do app. It's where I keep all my to-do lists. So that's what you're looking at. And so you'll see Monday, PP is private practice. I'm usually in the office, so I'm focusing on any must-dos, have-tos, and I guess some want-tos that relate to that. So I have a lot of room tomorrow for those. So I'm going to go ahead and probably still go into the office on Monday and get done things that need to be done there. So I have to do my notes. So, I've said in some of the videos how I will put my systems literally in this to-do list app. You'll see that on Friday. But so I have some systems already in place with reminders, so I know I need to do my notes on Mondays. I send payroll every other week, so some of this open time will be spent doing that. I'm also doing the observations. I'm a little behind in these, so I could use this time to catch up, and so I may just extend that there. And there's some decorating that needs to be done at the office, so I am going to put in here, order the prints for the waiting room. And I want to hang some photos in the hallway. Well, there are some artwork, so hang art in the hallway of our suite. And so I think that will probably take up most of this time. And then I have one session and then I'm finished. So this whole day filling these gaps that I unusually have, I'm going to just really be thinking, in that mother load, a lot of our tasks are just in our head and not, they don't always get down on paper. So if I do get some of these done and there's more time, I'm just going to try to think of my must do's and have to's with the private practice. And I know there's some other like new staff onboarding that still needs to get done. Oh, I need to make more keys. So as I'm doing my weekly planning session, I'm kind of thinking through, these different areas on like on my plate. So one of the exercises that we do in the programs is called Clean Your Plate. And so it helps you really get a clear vision of what are the areas of your life that need that time, money, and energy. That if you don't, stay on top of them, they can easily burn you out. So I'm always kind of thinking in my mind and picturing that like, okay, private practice, burnout to balance, kids, home, like laundry, things like that. So that is a pretty full, like I'm gonna keep this, I'm not gonna add anything else to this list because um it's pretty full. And I'm not even sure, if I can't do some of these things, like um I can't get the art hung, I'm gonna just focus on other private practice stuff that needs to get done. And then Tuesday. So again, I normally have at least two more sessions in here, sometimes one or two. So it's also, we're going to go to Tuesday. Um, okay, so I already have some things in here that are personal, and this private practice stuff, it's also around like the marketing, and I need to do a little bit of networking and figuring out other like schools or businesses that we can partner with. So I'm going to put research partnerships just because when I have a free moment or I get these other things done, I can just see, okay, next research partnerships. So I'm probably going to move that up because I'll put them even in the order that I could do them. And either batch things together. So, okay, because Tuesday is working later, then this is probably pretty full. I'm still going to start answering emails, even though my day it's something's not there until 9 o'clock. We all know there's other stuff going on like emails and texts. So that's good for Tuesday. Wednesday, normally again, I have 10 and 11, 1 and 2 sessions, and then the staff one-on-one. So, and I'm in the office. So anything that I really didn't get done Monday, I have the time to also do Tuesday when I'm in Wednesday when I'm in the office. And I don't have anything else on this list for Wednesday that needs to be remembered and set a reminder for. It's kind of going to be this overflow from Monday. Then Thursday, as you can see, is pretty full, like back-to-back stuff. And so again, there's the answering emails before that, and some sessions and staff. So anything, for this staff one-on-one, these two, that same theme for Monday and Wednesday of private practice, I'll be prepping for that. So I'm also going to put one more observation in there. So I'm ready to talk with my staff about those. And then, oh, I also need to remember this is when, those things pop in your head. So I need to remember to talk to them about the groups that they're getting ready to run. And so that Thursday is, has enough stuff. I have another task here to do. And usually, inevitably, from this mastermind to these staff supervisions, there's other things that come up. to-dos that we think of, things I have to follow up on. So that will take up the bulk of my afternoon. And Thursday is also the burnout to balance stuff. So I will be, creating content. I don't have it as a task because I already know if there's free time, because it's listed here in the title on that day of the week. I already know if I have free time to, it's always focused on creating that lovely content for you all. And then so Friday, I have this financial system in there, and I'll show you it's also kind of spelled out here of what all I need to do, transferring to all my bank accounts, kind of like the envelope system is what I use, update my budgets. This is the business financial side of it. So I've got both. Like this also, I have a business crystal ball and a personal. Same for the savings. So those are in there. Takes the guesswork out of it. Oh, I already did that Friday. So last Friday. So I have not a lot of time in the morning because I'm squeezing in a quick session. I don't normally have that at that time. And then I have a networking thing, and yes, they're back to back, but fortunately the networking is close and my staff can set that up for me. So Friday is often the day that I leave for any catching up on any of these either private practice or burnout to balance stuff that I am working on, kind of a catch-all. I will also put in a want to here, maybe, lunch with a friend or a massage or something. I really need a haircut. So those are this is like an overflow day. A couple of things I just remembered that I am probably going to put on for Tuesday, because Tuesday I'm at home and I try to do like some of the personal to-dos, like if I have to get a prescription filled or sit on hold and wait for a long time, I can do that while I'm walking around doing laundry, or checking email, things like that. So another one is I want to find a yoga or Pilates studio class. I've been watching YouTube videos and they're just not the same. Plus, I think it's probably better if I get out of the house for something like that. So I'm putting that on my list, and we're going to do those other things first. And I also, yes, I have the eye exam. I also need to find the key fob for my son's car is glitching out and not working and sets off the alarm. So we need to get that fixed. We ordered new key fobs. So I need to find a key fob programmer. And that I'm putting that on Monday because that needs to get done because I don't know how long that's going to take and it's a problem. And I told him I would work on it. So it's going to go first. And so I think that as far as all the, trying to sit here and go through everything that's coming up, we have the band concert, so I'll make sure that he has the clothes that he needs for those. My husband and I already did the meal planning and some of the food prep today. So those are pretty easy. Because I know I can get lost in, some of these, like checking the emails and any random to-dos pop up. And so this kind of helps keep me on track and then I can stop for dinner. But it's also really, I want you, when you think about your own weekly planning session, to keep in mind where you're putting or how you're balancing your time and energy, and how you're going to pick what days of the week to get stuff done, and how you can outsource it. So this is a unusually light must-dos week, I guess you could put it that way. I don't have as many sessions. I don't have as many meetings. Even these observations, yes, I must do them. But they are not a set time. They're flexible, so I could even move them around. So I will try to look at this week and think, okay, it is light on the must-dos that are set times, that gives me way more flexibility than I would usually have. So I might really pile on as much as I can get done. Those random little things that pop in your head, because I will have the freedom to squeeze in as many, or if one takes a while, I've got a couple hours, these chunks here. So I could really even do a project that I've been putting off for a while, which is hang art in the hallway and try to order these prints for the waiting room. Those have been getting put off, and so I actually have, chunks of time, I think, to get them done. Sometimes if it's a fuller week where Monday and Wednesday have 4 sessions each, I'm not going to get hardly any of these. I may only have notes and payroll and one other thing on here, because like the keys, because that's an absolute like must get done Monday or Tuesday. So I hope this has been helpful. I think if you're able to, um, have the visual and break it all down and go through the balance formula, the weekly planning sessions, I feel so prepared for this week now. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to all that I might be able to get done, because the last couple of weeks have been really busy, and these random projects and other not as important have tos and must dos have been getting put off. So I'm looking forward actually to this week.